people go to Gemelli for the good food, good vibes, and all of that. But Langelihle precisely goes to Gemelli to meet the love of her life, who could have been responsible for her death. Like, absolutely bonkers if you ask me. But before we get into that story time, welcome back to my YouTube channel. What it do, baby? How are you guys doing? It is officially December. Get December balls. You know what I mean? I hope you guys are Gucci. I hope you guys are good. It is a fresh month. It is a good month. Yo, there is a lot that has been happening. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button to help your girl grow. We are officially on 11,500 followers now. Clock it, tip it, you know what it is. And we are on the road to 20k followers. At the end of this video, I will be giving you guys the rules on how to enter for the 10k giveaway, because I have finally set it up. I'm so excited about that. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys have shown me. Please, please, please do not forget to go and follow me on Instagram, of which my Instagram handle will be on the screen over here, and on TikTok, because we are on the road to 20k on TikTok. And we are on the road to 250,000 on TikTok. So Instagram 20k, TikTok 250k. And here we are also on the road to 20k. Now, let's get back into the story without keeping you guys for too long, because that's not what you guys are here for, right? Before we do get started with the story time, I do need to put out a disclaimer that this is a very true story time, and the story time is made for educational purposes more than anything to the young girls. I need y'all to keep that in mind, because and stop trying to guess the names. Like, stop trying to guess the names. Now, the story time goes all the way back to a few months, a year ago. Goes back to a year ago, and we are hot and we are living, and it is December. Now, you guys already know December culture in Joburg is very weird, because December culture starts end of November. From end of November to mid-December, we are grooving to prepare to leave and go home to our different homes and all of that. I just want to get this hair out of the way, because wow, it is a lot. Now, let's get into it. It's the very beginning of December, and me and my girls decide that no, we want to start December right. We want to start December officially. And what better way to start December but to go to Gemelli on a Sunday? Because one thing about Gemelli on a Sunday, on a weekend, oh, it is absolutely the place to be, in your summer dress and with your heels, with your makeup on point, and the girlies having mimosas. What else? Like, what else could a girl ask for? What else? So immediately when we get to Gemelli, it is pretty packed, but it's not as packed just yet, because we got there around 1, 2, and it was me and my 5 other friends. So we opted to sit outside, but by the side where there is the DJ, right? So cool. We decide that we're gonna go and sit there by the couches, and when we get there, we order. You know, we are ready to have the time of our lives. Mind you, we had already prepared ourselves that we were gonna do a second location, because it was a Sunday and we were young, we were hot. Standard procedure, like what? And we looked really good. Like, I must say, we were turning heads for real. Like, for real. The girls came in clutch that Sunday. Anyway, we decide that we are gonna go for a bottle of champagne. Guys, that day we were feeling like ballers. We were feeling like big girls, because we're in that space. Like, we're in a very good space, you know. So we decide that no, we're gonna order a bottle of champagne and we're gonna order food. So we do exactly that, and after we order a bottle of champagne, doesn't ever take long. Bottle of champagne, 2 pipes of hubbly, 2 of them, you know, we're about to have a very good time. Now, when we went there, we didn't go with the intention of joining anyone or being with anyone else. It was just a girls thing. We had told ourselves we're just gonna have fun as girls. We're currently having the time of our life, and while we're having the time of our lives, right, there is this black BMW that is entering the center, because you know how Gemelli is by a center. There's a black BMW that is entering a center, and it's got the lights, so you know it's security. If you know, you know when someone is going with security, what the car looks like. So 3 of those cars come in, and then after that, a G63 comes in after it. And after the G63 comes a Porsche 911. What? I'll never forget that Porsche in my life. A white 911 Porsche comes in, and when I tell you, the bouncers at Gemelli jumped to make space for that man. They literally moved tables so that he could come and park his car upstairs. So if you don't know, at Gemelli they do park there, like only fancy cars park upstairs, like by the restaurants and all of that. So they moved, and security didn't park up, but the 911 parked upstairs. That 911 parked upstairs now. He literally, like, the person literally sat in the car for like a good 10 minutes waiting for his security to come to him, you know what I mean? And so the security came, and then they knocked on the window, and then they opened the door. And when I tell you guys, I wish I could spill names. When I tell you, the man that got out of that car, oh, I never expected it. Like, I looked at him and I was like, wow, like, what a man. Like, this is what a man needs to look like. And this is a very well-known person. He is, thing is, whenever I tell you guys the stream or the line that these people are in, you guys use that against me. But anyway, this person is in very big in the acting space, like very, very big in the acting space, acting, presenting, yeah, that's just his forte. That is just what he does. And I also know that he's also in business, was also in Forbes. Was it a year or two ago he was in Forbes? Yeah, somewhere there though. Like, if you follow the Forbes and all of that, then you would probably know who I am talking about. Anyway, we are going to call this man Mr. Oggy. Mr. Oggy comes out of his car, and when he comes out of his car, his security is accompanying him. Mind you, I told you guys that it was already pretty full, right? Suddenly there's space for him to sit. Suddenly there's a free table where he can look at his car and admire his car and enjoy it. You know what, man, having money is a thing. So Mr. Oggy gets there, he sits down, and he's on his own. His security guard is not even sitting. Like, the security wasn't sitting or anything like that. Like, I think 2 of them disappeared. The other 2 were standing by him. The other 2 also disappeared. Like, I think he was sure that he is a very, very big shot. Like, super, super big. But he is, if you think about it. He is, yeah. And so yeah, so the day goes on, and me and my friends, like, no one really pays attention. We look at him then because, like, of course you're throwing a show for us, but after that it's just like, okay, on to the next bottle of champagne. Say like a good 20-30 minutes passes, and he is joined by 3 other men in his section, in his table, right? And so these 3 other men, a lot of them, if you are someone that keeps up with the news, they are in the news. Like, they have been trending for a lot of money that has been missing in South Africa currently. Not currently, but like, yeah, you would know. Yeah. So these 3 men come and they join him, and they continue with what they're doing. So now at this point, me and one of my friends decide that we're gonna go to the bathroom. Now, the bathroom is located closer to where they are sitting, because they're looking at the cars, right? And then to go to the bathroom, it's like this. You must pass by them, pass by his back in order to go to the bathroom. By now, y'all need to know that I'm a woman that has a step, and whenever I stand up in a place and I feel good, of course, I step some because I'm born. Now, on that particular day, guys, I was wearing a very, very short number, and I had my corset on. With my corset on, you can't tell me anything because my body was absolutely tea. I mean, without the corset, it's still tea, but yo, my body was cinched and my makeup was done. I remember I had a pondo. You can't tell me anything. When I have a pondo, I'm gonna put a picture for you guys to see the particular pondo that I did. I had done it at Zumba hair. That pondo, oh, anyone that saw me with that pondo was blessed, because what do you actually mean? So me and my friends stand up and we go to the bathroom. When we are going to the bathroom, right, I see that he's looking, but I'm not sure if he's looking at me or he's looking at my friend, because my friend is also very hot. We are hot girls. So now he is looking in our direction, but I tell myself, keep your head held high, walk with your heels, ooze that confidence. If you know me, you know. So when we get to the bathroom, I literally do this to my friend, because I literally knew what I was doing when I was walking from like by him. Like I knew what I was doing, and I breathed heavily. I was like, wow, that was hectic. That was really, really hectic. And then my friend had perfume in her bag, and I asked for some, and hey, did I not bath in that perfume? I soaked myself in that perfume. Guys, I knew exactly what I was doing. No one can say I didn't know what I was doing. I was aware of what I was doing. I knew. And here's the thing, man. Chances are there's a very big chance that he was looking at my friend, because I won't lie to you guys, my friend is very, very hot. But me, when I tell myself that I'm going to get this, I will get it. Come fire, come thunder, come rain, I will get it. So now it's time to go back, and I tell my friend, no, you can go first. I want to do something. I want to make a phone call. Mind you, I'm not telling my friend what exactly is going on, and that, hey, me, I saw this guy looking at us and this. No, I don't tell her. I just tell her that I want to make a phone call. And also the reason why I did that, I wanted to see if he was going to be looking at her when she goes alone, so that I know that, okay, no, the looks are not directed my way. So that's what I was doing. Friend gets and she sits down, and I see that no, he wasn't really looking at her. He could have been, but like, you know. And so now I breathe in and I breathe out, and I tell myself, Langelihle, this is your time to shine. This is your time to show what you were made in this, what your English. This is your time to show off. This is your time. It's a you are auditioning right now. That is what you're doing. When I tell you that I walked from the bathroom to that couch, I walked, and luckily while I was walking halfway, I saw people that I knew. I said, let me go and greet. Now, one thing about me, my laugh, when I got to those people, I was hugging, I was acting like I hadn't seen them in years. Mind you, I was with those people just yesterday. Guys, nga actor. By the time that I was done acting, I knew that there was no way that he didn't see me. Even if he didn't want to see me, or even if I wasn't the person that he was looking at, by the time I was done, I knew that lo usengibonile. No way. And this is where the story now starts. And just to be very clear, I knew very well who this person was. I had watched so many movies with this man in them. Like, no one could say I didn't know. I knew exactly who this person was. But one thing about me, I will never give you that credit. You can be Beyonce and I will act fresher than you, even if you are Beyonce. One thing about me, straight after me and my friends eat, we decide that no, we are gonna go to opera after. And so now we're literally getting ready to wrap up the bill, and so we asked the guy, can we please have the bill? This guy comes back and he's holding another bottle of champagne this time. So we were drinking Moët and he comes with Viv, and we're all confused. We're just like, we didn't order the Viv, we asked for our bill. And when he comes with the bill and he comes with the Viv, but the Viv is not in the bill. And so we ask him, what is this? And he says to us, no, this is coming from that table. The guy over there said I should give you guys a bottle. It's up to you guys whether you leave with it or you drink it here. That is, from that moment, I knew that I caught his attention. No matter what you can say, I don't care who you are, I knew that I had caught his attention. So we're like, oh, okay, thank you. We will go with it because we are already, like, we had already requested and everything. So we decided that we're gonna go with it. On our way out, me and my friend that I went to the bathroom with, we decided that no, we're gonna go and say thank you, because, like, you know, it's only the right thing to do, to go and say thank you. So we go up to him, and of course, and we say thank you, and his friends greet us, and we all greet each other, and they ask, where are you guys going? Why are you guys leaving so soon? Mind you, so soon is like 6-7. And we're like, no, we've just had like a very long day and we've been here for a while, so we're thinking of going to opera. So this guy's like to us, so how are you guys getting to opera? And we tell him, no, we're going with Uber. And he's like, oh, okay, that is okay. This man looks at me and this guy is like, listen, please take my number now. When you get to opera, just shoot me a text. I take his number. I don't even ask for the name because I already know who he is, and I think he already knew that I knew, like, I know who he is, and yeah, y'all know. So we take the number and we go, and in the Uber my friend was asking me, so are you going to text him? In my head I'm like, of course I'm going to. What do you mean? And I just blow it off by her. I'm just like, nah, I'll see if I'm gonna text him, you know. Like, I act very fresh. I'm thinking up, yay, Gazen's into fresh tin of baked beans. So we get to opera, and when we get to opera, there was already friends that we knew that were also already at opera. So that made things very easier for us. We get there, we join their section, and yes, the friends were guys. So we get there, we join their section, and it's just, you know, it's vibes. Kumnandi, you know, like everything is just happening at the same time. And then I remember, this is an hour later after we've arrived at opera, that no man, I was supposed to text this person. So I text him and I tell him, hey, we have arrived at opera. And literally within 5 minutes, the person takes back and says, oh no, I was already on my way because I wasn't sure whether you arrived safe. So I say cool to him, but like at the back of my head, I'm now freaking out because my thing is, we're chilling with guys here, and you know, like it don't look right. I don't want anything that's gonna stand in the way between me and my destiny, me and my soulmate. I don't want any wahala. So now, literally after he tells me that, I now tell him that, oh, okay, no, that's not a problem. We got here, and I cook up a whole story. I'm like, we got here, and we saw some friends, and we decided to just join those friends because I'm trying to cover my back. I'm trying to meet my soulmate. I'm trying to go home and get married with my soulmate. So anything that's gonna stand in the way between me and my soulmate, no, it's not gonna do. It is not gonna do. So he tells me, he's like, no problem, I will be there in 20 minutes. And we're like, okay, cool. At this point, we're having fun, me and my friends. I even forget that this person said they were coming in 20 minutes. 20 minutes passes, he's not there, and I just don't care anymore. 30 minutes passes, he's not there, we don't even care. Now an hour later, he shows up. Oh, we were having the time of our life. He shows up and he texts me on my phone, and he's like, listen, can you please come to my table real quick? I go to his table. When I get to his table, he asks me, what do you want to drink and all of that? And I tell him, I'm like, no, we already have what we're drinking that side. Immediately when I said that, I saw the mood change. It was like, he's like, I didn't ask you what are you drinking that side, I asked you what do you want to drink now. So I pick up on those things. So I picked up and I was like, no, but it's fine, I will have this. So I remember I asked for a margarita. So I tell him that I'd like a margarita. He orders the margarita, but after he orders the margarita, he also orders another Viv. And then one of my friends comes to me and she's like, girl, we're about to take shots that side. Are you coming to join or what? And then I literally, in that moment, like I paused, I looked at him and I'm like, no, it's fine, I'm not coming, you guys can have the shots. I knew then that something is wrong here. But here's the thing about Langelihle once again. Langelihle will do it for the plot. That's the problem. Langelihle will do it for the plot, because you can see, you haven't known this person for 3 hours, but you can already pick up that no man. Why is this person getting angry that I want to go back to my own friends and have shots with them? Does that even make sense to you? I just met you today, but you're hacked that I want to go and have shots with my friends? No. Now I'm chilling with this guy, and then I tell him that no, I would actually like to have Habli, and he's like to me, that is not good for your lungs. I knew then that nope, my eyes no see right. It's not the one that the Lord has set for me. My eyes no see right. It's not this one. Once he said that, I said, no, this is not the one. No. And I'm like to him, no, it's fine. I get that. But like, I'd really like, Habli, because that's what I like. And he's like to me, okay, that's fine, I'll get it for you, but like, this is the last time you're going to have it when you're out with me. Excuse me, brother, we just met today. Who said there's going to be a next time? Like, what? Yo, I'm gonna be very, very honest with you guys. At this point, I really want to leave his table because I've only known you for less than 24 hours, but already you are telling me do's and don'ts. Not only that, I can see where this is going to end between me and you. But here's my thing. We look so good together, like sitting next to each other. Like, we just look so good together. So, you know, in my head, I'm just like, maybe just for today, just suck it up, it'll be okay, just continue for the plot, you know what I mean? So I sit there, and now I'm bored out of my mind because now all my friends are having the time of their lives there with our age mates. Mina, I'm busy ngala. I'm playing house, I'm playing wife. And mind you, I'm not just playing wife now, because all of the people that he was with at Gemelli are with him there. And they are definitely speaking business. And I know nothing about millions of rands. Firstly, I bubula 15k in an hour, me. So I don't know anything about millions of rands. I don't know anything about these tender things. Like, if you're telling me about tenders, Anga's next, I'm blank. So while everything is happening, he tells me that no, his friends' girls are coming to join us. And of course, the girls that came to join us were my age mates. And I'm not going to expose anyone's age, but if y'all really think about it properly, if y'all really put your heads together and think, my age mates come and these girls come, and they were not at opera at the whole time. They just walked in and came and sat with us. I guess they already knew where they were coming, and yeah, we continued. At least now there was girls on the table, and we were just like talking. We don't know each other, but like it was okay vibes. Like we were okay with each other, all of us. And then the discussion of, no, from here we're gonna go to we're still going. Second location was not enough. That, like, okay. Now at this point, me and my friends had all booked at one place because we knew that we were going to go to a second location, and we knew that we didn't want to go home too late to our separate homes, so we decided that we're going to go sleep in one place. Now my friend texts me and says, girl, we are ready to leave. This is around 11-12, and you know that opera closes around those times. So my friend is like to me, no, we're ready to go. Everyone is good, there's no third location, nothing, we're ready to go. So I'm like, no guys, also me, I'm also ready to go, so let me wrap it up here and then we can go. So now I tell this man, I'm like, no, I need to go. Me and my friends are booked at the same place, and we decided that we are calling it a wrap tonight. He says to me, yeah, your friends can go, but you're staying, I will drop you off. At this point, I'm just so over it. Like, I'm so over it. But andithi mina umsukele, imina umsukele, ngashaya iwalk yami, ngingacelwanga umuntu, imina umsukele lo muntu. So I tell my friends, I'm like, no, it's cool guys, you guys can go without me, I will follow you guys. Sometimes in life, when there are signs that are very clear, you need to maybe listen to those signs and follow those signs and go, because I should have followed those signs and left. Very long story cut short, we go to the third location. Mind you, just before my friends left, they tried to convince me to go with them, and one of my friends was like to me, but like, girl, you really don't know this person, and like, we just don't feel okay with the fact that you're staying behind. It was like a whole talk, and I just told them, guys, I'm really okay, like, you know, like, I'm good, I'm happy here, you know, like, I'm okay, I'll be fine. So straight after we went to the third location, I tell him that, listen, this is now around 3 a.m 4 a.m, and I tell him that, no, listen, I am drained, I am tired, I would really love to go home now. And this was a response, hold on, we're going. Cool, I stay. And mind you, while we were at Louis, this person was so, like, very, very arrogant, very demanding. Like, if he said, can he please have Viv, people were running to the kitchen to go get that Viv. They were not just like, no, they were running. Like, I was not the only one scared of him at this point. Clearly, because You know, people that have power and misuse their power, that was the type of person that this person was. And I'm so glad I picked it up like very first time. So now we get to the part where it's time to go home. Everyone is going home and his security is still there, and then he tells the security that no, the others can leave and only one was going to follow us. Now I tell this person and I send him the location of where I was going to go and sleep with my friends, because one of my friends was still up and waiting for me. Bless her soul. While he's driving, I can see that this person is not going the direction in which I told him to go. And at this point, he's the one driving, and then there's a car following him. Guys, I literally said to him, that's not the right direction. Should I maybe direct you? Because in my head, I'm thinking maybe it's because you're drunk or something. Because why are you not going where I said you should go? Worst mistake of my life. Immediately after I said that, he turned and he looked at me, and then he said to me, I knew that it is about to go down. It is about So then I even apologize, and I'm like, okay, because one thing about me, I've had instances with this type of men. I know men that are like him. So I say okay because I just want to put things down a bit, and I'm trying to see where exactly are we going. He drives and he eventually gets to Bryanston, to this like estate. And this estate, I can tell you for free that that is not where he lives. Because even on his social media, we all see where he lives because of the type of like content that he takes out. So cool. We go to that estate, and when we get to the gates, they greet him because they know him, and then he gives them like 600 rand, if I'm not mistaken, gives it to the securities. We go in. After we go in, we get into the apartment. He tells me to come out, let's go inside, and I'm like, okay. When we get into that apartment, fully furnished apartment, but you can see that this is not like, this is probably like an Airbnb or something like that, but he says that's his place. So I take what he's saying at this point because I'm not trying to get killed at this moment. So cool. He says that, and then after that we sit down and he pours himself a whiskey, right? He pours ice and he pours whiskey for himself. And then I'm like to him, so now I'm trying to break it to him that I really just want to go home. I tell him that no, I would like to go home because I start making up lies. I have an early morning, I'm a doctor, I'm a psychiatrist, I need to be at church at 6 a.m. I start making it, and I can feel myself coming to a point where I am crashing out and I'm about to cry because this person doesn't want me to go home. Every time I say I want to go home, he says, hold on. Why are you saying hold on when I'm telling you that I'm not comfortable here and I would like to go home? And so he comes, he sits down, and he tells me, he's like, listen, I really like you, and I think me and you could be something. At this point now, he's telling me that I know your Instagram and I know your TikTok. Now, this person clearly knew that I was a Storytime babe because he mentioned the Storytime that I once released about the politician. He mentioned Storytimes that I was just releasing, and he was like to me, no, all I need you to do is I need you to behave. I need you to cut the crap and behave. Guys, I don't think in my life I've ever been that terrified. Like, I've been terrified, but that was absolutely bonkers. And so now my thing is, Lihle, chill. You've dealt with situations where you've been with men that are very aggressive, very controlling. You know what? Maybe this is a test. Maybe this is your time to shine and just, And so I tell him, no, that's fine. Me and you can be together. Guys, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do here is to escape. So I tell him that, no, that's fine. We can be together. I'd like that. And then straight after I say that, I kid you not, straight after I said that, I was accompanied by a slap. Tell me why you are now slapping me. He slapped me, and then he's like to me, I know you're lying to me because what you're trying to do is to escape the situation so that I can let you go home. Guys, that day, you see how pretty my makeup is right now. That day, I left his house after getting several, not one, not two, not three, several beatings because he was not convinced enough that I like him. He was not convinced that I like him. Therefore, he was beating me. And I'm telling you this, his security, one is standing in the room with us, the other one is standing outside. They can see what is happening here. They are fully aware of what is happening. I will never forget that after that, it was a very, like, you know, like when someone beats you to a point where you, like, like you feel like, okay, there's nothing I can do beyond this point, like it's fine, just continue beating me, because you've decided that this is what you want to do. To a point where I wasn't even screaming anymore, I wasn't crying, I wasn't shouting. I was just at a point where, okay, it's fine. No, like now, yo, even like, you know, you start getting teary because you think of it, like it's fine. Do what you must do. Mind you, please remember, it hasn't even been 24 hours since I've met this person. And this is what I'm already receiving. Straight after all of that happened, that day I sat on the floor, and I will never forget. It was around 7 a.m. Sat on the floor, watched that man go to sleep. Literally have a peaceful, like, sleep for real. Went to sleep. He only woke up at about, I think it was around 11. At this point, my phone had been blowing up. My friends had been blowing it up because we had plans on that Monday. We had planned. My friends had been calling me, and I was not even answering. I remember that even family was now starting to call me, because I'm sure my friends told them that, no man, we don't know where Lihle is. Phone is blowing up, everything is blowing up, and I'm just sitting on the floor, and I'm not crying, I'm not laughing, I'm not doing anything. There's zero emotions in me. Only thing I could think of was, had I not entertained that man, I would have had the time of my life. He woke up around 11. He's like to me, no, I think we need to go for breakfast so we can, you know, and then I'll take you shopping, whatever you want to do. Guys, one thing about me, once you hit me or once you treat me bad and I see that there's no escaping for me, you can't bribe me with shopping. You can't bribe me with there's nothing you can do to bribe me. The only thing I am thinking of at this point is how to escape. That is all I'm thinking of. And so at that point, he literally comes out a completely new man. Like, he's very happy. He's having the time of his life. He is okay with whatever happened or whatever is happening. And so he tells me, and all I could say was, okay. We went for breakfast. I'll never forget the Mark, Tasha's. We went for breakfast there. And when we went for breakfast at the Mark Tasha's, now one thing about the Mark is that the ladies at Tasha's know me because I go there a lot with my mom, and I go there when I'm at work or whatever the case is. That lady saw me and she said to me, you are not okay. And so when she says that to me, I literally start crying. Mind you, this guy, I told him that I'm going to the bathroom. I literally start crying. That lady, whew, that lady that day took out her wallet and she's like to me, here you go. Here is money. Take an Uber now and go home. I will never forget that lady in my life. Even now, whenever I see her, my heart is just like, because of you, girl, because of you. I left, and when I left, I went to my friends. I told them everything that happened. My friends are like, let's go open a case, let's do this. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Because I had no business. I had no business whatsoever. And after that day, he didn't text me. We stayed with my friends in the Airbnb. We didn't do anything. Every plan that we had, we canceled. We called my parents, told them that I was okay, my family, and we stayed in that Airbnb and we cried all together with my friends. We cried. he didn't text, he didn't do it. And a part of me was waiting for him to text on that day. He didn't. A week passed by, he didn't text. 2 weeks passed by, he didn't text. 3 weeks, every day I'm looking at my phone and I'm looking at his number and I'm saying, I dare you to text. I dare you to send me a text right now. Until one day, I think this was like 2 months later, on my Instagram, I post something, it blows up. I remember it got over 1 million views on Instagram. I see there he likes it, and I'm just like, this man really must be stupid. He likes it, he sends me a DM and he's like, hey princess. I have never been so angry in my life. I've never been so angry at a man in my life. I was so angry, but I feel like I had healed at that point. What I did is I blocked him. Till today, I've seen him in Santon. I've probably seen him countless times, and every time I see him, I act like I don't know him. Every single time I see that man, I act like I don't know that man. Because had it not been for that lady, I was going to die. Because that man, he was not even interested in hearing that I need to go back home, or that I've got a family that's maybe going to be looking for me or anything. No, he had zero interest in all of that. All he was interested in was convincing me and having me convince myself that I want to be in a relationship with him, even though I don't want to be in a relationship with him, because I've already picked up on your, yeah, man. And it took me a lot to heal from that, and that is why I was saying that this is an educational story time. It's not like all my fun story times where we come out and we laugh and we have a great time and all of that, but the whole point of the story time is, it is so important as girls living in South Africa or anywhere else, just anywhere, living anywhere really, to not be so naive, because not everything that glitters is gold. Not everything that glitters is gold, my darling. And that life, if there's one person that knows about that life, it's me. And I feel like people just don't understand how I'm still so strong and I still smile so much, because this story is nothing compared to every other thing that I've been through. And I just want girls to work for what you have, fight for what you want, fight for what you have. Don't let a man be the person that gives you everything. That's just how I feel about life. But now that that is done, I had to catch my breath for a bit, and just because everything was just replaying in my mind and everything, But I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. I love you guys so much. Now, as I told you guys, details about the giveaway, which is a 3-night stay at a hotel in Sandton, will be posted on Instagram and on TikTok. I will not be doing them here, but winners will be announced on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok. This giveaway is going to run for I think a month or a month and a half. For a month. It is going to run for a month, because I will be announcing the winners mid-January, and as I said, it is a 3-night stay at a hotel in Sandton. I will disclose which hotel it is in due time. It will only be applicable to one person. Only one person is going to win that giveaway. You will have one night where you have with me, where we're going to be having dinner. Calm down. We will be having dinner. Yeah, man, and we are on the road to 20,000 followers on YouTube, 20,000 followers on Instagram, 250,000 followers on TikTok. Please make sure that you subscribe, you follow, and you like, you comment, you share, you do everything you gotta do to help your girl grow. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.